I was like, dang, I wish I had like the. Let me mirror my background because I just realized that my face is not symmetrical, and I hate when it's not mirrored. I be like, "Oh my god, I look
Oh yeah,
terrible."
it blows my mind. I'm like, why does that look like that?
I'm like, "Is this what people think of me?"
I'm like, wait, is this how people see me when they first like? I
That's
don't like
why
this.
I'm just listen. I'll be like, "What the
Hello, hey, I don't need you
heck?"
to.
I'm
All
a
right. Um.
blur my background playing with stuff.
So yeah, all right, y'all. So yes, we here to blerd out today. I'm super excited. Um, I have one of my favorite blerds, like ever, on the show with me today. My amazing, lovely, great cousin, Fave, the
Hi.
Fave.
Yes, that's me. I'm so excited.
Yes, I am too. So I want to say real quick before we start, like, well, I say like I probably said it to you before, maybe not, but like I literally used to look up to you for like allowing yourself,
What?
like, because okay, so you know how it is with not to say that we're automatically just smarter than people, but
Mhm.
we're pretty fucking smart. Um, and environment wise, if that's not nurtured, that can go another way. You know, it's either
Mhm.
nurtured or you hide it. And a lot of times when I was younger, I felt like I needed to pull mine back. And
Mhm.
anytime I encountered you, you was just like full like, no, bitch, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not coming down for nobody. And it was inspiring, you know what I'm saying? And so I just used to look up to I just thought you was the coolest motherfucker. Like I was like, she's just so fucking
Aw.
she's reading Harry Potter books. I want to read a Harry Potter book.
Well, I really appreciate
Yeah,
that.
of
Because
course,
that's all
of
I knew how
course.
to be was myself. But I mean, I kind of understand where you come from. We literally come from the
Yeah.
same family. And,
Yeah, yeah.
we were and still are like pretty much the two eyeballs out. So
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
happy I could help you become the blerd that you are today.
Okay, yes, because you definitely have a hand in that. So today, what I wanted to blurt out on was a little Game of Thrones.
Mhm.
I discovered Game of Thrones. Was that like 2019, 2020, somewhere in that area,
Mhm.
and it had tripped me out because people had talked to me about it for years. But what made me finally say, okay, fuck it. It was the types of people talking to me about it. They didn't
Mhm.
match. Like 40-year-old black woman from Chicago, like, no, I'm telling you, you need to watch Game of Thrones. 18-year-old
Yeah.
white boy from Cali, hey man, you need to see it. I'm like, these two motherfuckers would be in the same room together. Hold on.
And this
something,
demographic is
something.
not the same.
It's and I watched and I realized it does have something for everybody. It's somebody that you
Mhm.
can glam onto, a storyline, a character, or whatever. Like, it's something for everybody. And I was like,
Mhm.
well, shit.
Why not?
Okay. All right. So first off, to dive into it,
Mhm.
who's your favorite character?
Oh man, so that's so interesting
Yeah.
because I hated all of them by the end.
I
So
feel that. I feel that.
so it's so complicated for me. I think my
So
most
I'll say, you know what? Just to narrow it down,
Mhm.
I'm sorry, really quick.
Mhm.
Favorite good, quote unquote, because I want to do a bad one too, like a bad character and a
Okay.
good character. So we'll do it like
Okay,
that.
okay.
Make it a
So
little
I think
easier.
my favorite good character, um, I would have to say it's Tyrion.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Okay.
feel like he's chaotic good. I feel like
Ooh.
a lot of the stuff that he did, it started off as being like very self-serving, and
Mhm.
then like towards the end, it was just like literally what is right.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, I feel that. Yeah.
Yeah. What about
Good
you?
character wise, I have to go with fuck it. Yeah, I'm gonna go with John. It's either John or Arya.
Okay.
Um, Arya because I mean, she's just a fucking beast. Like just watching
Yeah.
like her journey into how she, becomes what she becomes, and it was just like, damn. Like I think I enjoyed her journey the most.
Hmm.
But with John, it was just like I feel like well, yeah, I mean, obviously he would have been a great king. That's why they wanted him. But
Hmm.
like he did have those type of qualities. Like he knew when to. I'm trying to think of the word of or the phrase what I'm trying to say, but basically like he knew when to be bad for good, if that makes sense. Like he knew when
Yeah.
shit needed to be like he made decisions. I think out of every character on the show, the least based off emotion
Yeah,
and
and
more
more
based
based off
off
of
the
greater good.
the morality or the overall. Yeah, like so it just was
Hmm.
like okay, like I fuck with John. And also he's just a fucking fighter. Like I was
Yeah.
rewatching so my roommate, I'm rewatching with him. He had to see like he saw bits and pieces when I watched. We didn't watch the whole thing. So we're on season 4, and the battle at the wall.
Great piece of cinema.
Like amazing. And it was just like he was a leader. He was like a born leader.
Yeah.
I think that's why I fuck with John.
I would say that too.
Ooh, some villain. I got mine already.
I don't even know where to start. Okay.
Right?
So I think my favorite, well, I mean, I'm using favorite very loosely.
Right,
I think the villain that I think like everybody's go-to favorite villain is absolutely Cersei. Like that's everybody go-to favorite villain. But I will do you one better. I will say Ramsay.
Oh, he's the fucking worst thing ever.
Exactly, because I'm just like,
the worst.
Give me like a real villain to like shake shit up. I think that's what it is for me. Like he was the villain that shook a lot of stuff up. Like he changed the trajectory of 2 of the main characters' lives, and I'm like, okay, that's admirable. Do I like him? No, but I feel like
but
for the storyline, Ramsay was very important.
Whew,
so I would say that.
And I think what added to him was that it was fresh off of Joffrey. And we were just like, breathe, like, whew, okay, no more evil motherfuckers. And they stepped up. It's like, no,
they said,
you're right.
I'll do you one better.
Evil on that level. Let's give you something worse.
Like, right. Joffrey was baby potatoes. Like,
compared to fucking Ramsay, like,
By the time the show ended, I didn't even care about Joffrey anymore. Like, I didn't feel no way about him.
I didn't even remember him. I was like, who? He was like a little blip on the radar. Like, oh yeah, Joffrey, sure, yeah, whatever. Like,
oh man.
But no, you nailed it with the other option. Mine is Cersei. She's just a bitch. She is awful. But like, it was fun. Like I was excited to see what she would do next. Like, oh, this bitch is shit. She on the bullshit. Like, I don't know. You couldn't help but like. What I will say, I hate it at the end because the bitch deserved a way worse death. Like she deserved.
Don't get me started.
We gonna get
Thank
there.
Thank you, because it's the way that they could have. We'll get there. We'll get there. We're not there yet, but we'll get there.
Right. All right. So, favorite character moment, like a moment where a character just kind of shined specifically. Was like.
There's so
I got two. Yeah, if you have more than one, that's fine. Like, yeah.
There's so many. When a character just like shines. Oh my god, there's so many.
I know. I want to say, but two can. I'll say I have my two. If
you go ahead, you tell me yours, and I'll see.
One is Tyrion when he was at his trial, and he finally said, "I am guilty. I'm guilty of being a dwarf," and just start going. I wish I had poison for all you motherfuckers. I was like.
They like cut the cameras.
Right, it was very
that's not what we mean.
Have poison for all you motherfuckers. I kill all this shit. Like the way it was like a way that he turned around to say it all. He was like, like I was like, oh shit. Tyrion means business. The other one is classic Cersei moment again. When she blew up the motherfucking sept. Had her glass of wine and said, toasted that bitch and had a little smirk like.
She's a very silly woman, and
it was great.
Very silly woman, and I just feel like, what was her son's name?
Tommen.
Tommen was like,
Tommen was a bitch. Yeah, he was like, bye, peace. Bye, girl. Like,
gonna see if I can fly. Like,
man, and
very silly woman.
It made me really think of real quick the moment Margie deserved better. I think we'll touch on that too. When her and Margie like were having a little small little moments, and it was like one where like Cersei came to see Marjorie and her, she had her little women in waiting shit or whatever. And she said, "Oh, mother, hello." She's like, "I'm sorry we don't have any wine for you. It's a bit early for us." And Cersei looks like, bitch, oh, shit.
Do you think that
early
maybe
fast.
her sipping that wine was a callback to that? Do you think that?
I never thought about
like,
it. She like, oh, bitch, I got my wine early in the morning now.
Exactly.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Wow. I did not think about that.
I think it's so interesting
totally
when they do stuff like that. Like,
yeah. That
like,
was such a callback. She's like, yeah, bitch. Toast. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, that's great. Wow. Now I got to watch the episode again.
I know. I really want to watch it all over again, to be very honest.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think about my two favorite. I'm thinking, I don't know. There's just so many. One of my favorite character moments, and I know that like everybody thinks this, right? But I really just enjoy when Arya called back from season 1 and she dropped that knife and stabbed the night. Was he the Night King?
Yeah.
What was his name? Yeah. So
yeah, you got it. yeah.
So I just thought it was just like, I'm glad that they gave us that. Even though like that season sucks, like going from that moment on, like the season was just trash to me. But I thought that was like a good, like a good character moment. Yeah. I'm trying to think of another one because I'm more so like about the action. Like my other favorite was Marjorie's. Was it her aunt or her grandma? Well, she was like, I wanted Cersei to know it was me.
I want her to know it was me.
She said, "Go on with it." And she was drinking and sat back like, it happened.
Okay, cool. She's like, "When it hurt?" He was like, "No, it shouldn't." She's like, "Good. I wouldn't want to die choking on my blood and vomit." I'm like,
"Ooh, child, couldn't be me."
So for that matter, I have to say, Lady Olenna. That's who she was. She had, I think she was in my top 5 of favorite characters solely based on her mouth.
Like, she was wild.
I mean, but she told, was it the Lannister's dad, Tywin? She's talking to him, and he was talking, about her grandson being gay, and she's like, "Oh yes, he's a sword swallower through and through."
Like, why would you say that?
She's like, "Have you never, you have boy cousins growing up, you've never tickled the people under the covers?" I'm like, what is happening?
She's like, that is a non-starter. Like, we not starting with that homophobia. That is a non-starter.
Yeah, we all know. Care. It's like, most of y'all niggas probably get down. Whatever. That's literally what she said. She called all their ass gay. Like, let me blow my nose right quick. Yeah, actually. Take a little second. Okay. So yeah,
got a barking dog.
You're fine. Okay, so next one, favorite season, and I'm gonna say season 6 because the shit was just. I think that was the last time Game of Thrones was able to really just rile me up.
What we wanted. Yeah,
it was the Battle of the Bastards, the burning of the Sept. Arya going blind. It was like so many things. Sansa escaping finally. Like it was so much of season 6.
You said that was season 6?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, she went blind in season 6?
Yeah, it was the beginning. The beginning, because at the end of season 5 is when she ended up killing homeboy. It was like, okay, bitch, you playing with us, and we said you're supposed to kill this person, not him. And turned the bitch blind.
I have to look at Wikipedia. I'm not even joking. You can. Honestly, I'm not even gonna hold you. My favorite season, and I think it's just my favorite season just based on the long nights, is the last one. And I know that sounds crazy because
wild.
I was talking crap about it the entire time, but there were 2 very integral episodes in there. When the long night, when that happened, and also when Khaleesi burned down
the bells, that shit, yeah.
And then honestly, they could have kept everything else, but I feel like those are 2 very, very strong episodes.
Oh yeah,
and I feel like it carried it. And I understand, like But I'm more like a vibes girl. I'm not
Yeah,
really here for the
yeah,
dialogue. Like, yeah,
yeah.
I'm listening to the dialogue in order to be able to carry the story on and be able to like talk about it. But
Yeah.
like, I'm here for the action. I'm here for the
Okay,
gore. I'm
like
here for the blood. I am here for people who need to die to die. And I think that a little
okay.
bit off topic. But when I first started watching this, I didn't used to watch stuff like that. But now I'll be watching like a regular show, like, oh, he needs to die. And I know it's because of my history with
Game
Game of
of Thrones has
Thrones.
definitely spoiled me in that sense. I'm like this. Like I you know, I never necessarily cared because horror movies and shit.
Yeah, you
But
love
like,
that.
I didn't watch medieval shit for real until Game
Mhm.
of Thrones. It just didn't pull me in unless it was like some kind of fantasy type. It had to be
Mhm.
extreme fantasy, like not playing every couple episodes it's a dragon or something. No, bitch. I mean, I want to see magic all the way through if I'm
Yeah,
gonna watch
you're
this
Mr. Charmed. You're Mr.
shit. Yes,
Charmed.
yes, exactly that. I still watch it in the morning.
Oh
Like
my god.
so like it was, you know, again, like I said, it was different kind of people, so it got me. But then it was like I started watching, and I started getting spoiled. I think for me, it was like a lot of the dialogue or the way that they interact with each other felt current,
Mhm.
while obviously setting is like way behind. So it was like this weird mix that got me kind of spoiled because then I would watch other shit, and it's like, you know, characters like it's like, oh man, you need to get smarter with her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the way that they used to have little jabs at each other. Like I think
Yeah.
Cersei, when they first met the what was it, the people from Dorne. And she's, oh, I've
Mhm.
never met a sad before, which is another way I say I ain't never met a bastard. Like, you know, it
Right.
was like
Like,
just,
whoa.
it was just the way that they spoke, because it was never so obviously every now and then they have moments of straight up fuck you. But like for the most
Mhm.
part, a lot of their digging was low key. And I got spoiled in that way because I'm like, what bitch? What she say? You better let that bitch know. Like, I watch
Right.
other shit. I'd be like, hold on. They're not
They're not
throwing
digging
enough
deep enough.
jabs at me.
But
Like,
like season 5, you like, oh, that is mess. And like they're talking like medieval times. And people who don't understand are just like, what are you talking about? Like they just saying a whole bunch of stuff. Like, no, they're saying
nah,
everything.
they are talking hella shit. Like, man, it was another point I was gonna bring up with that. It's fine, but that's interesting you say that, and I'll say, with season 8, it was, yes,
So
those two
they had
episodes.
8
First off,
seasons? I'm sorry. I
yeah,
am just so thrown. I love this show, but
yes,
honestly, it just started bleeding together for me, and
yes,
not even in
yeah.
a bad way, but it was just like, huh,
Yeah, yeah, no, I can feel that.
8 seasons.
Season 8, like it was like, so the long night. I mean, first off, talk about that. That shit is I've watched that episode, I think the most out of any of the episodes.
Same. I would just
Excuse
turn
me.
it on like a regular
Yeah.
Friday night with
That
a
day
glass
after
of
we
wine,
fucking hung
like,
out, the day after we had brunch, I went
yeah.
home and I turned it like after you left or whatever. I was like, fuck it, I guess I just turned on a long
I
night.
love that episode. I just remember like I remember like how I felt when I first saw it, and that's
Oh, anxious the
crazy.
whole time. I was literally like, who
So
gonna
me and my
die? I know somebody's gonna die. I
right,
know
like
it.
this is like the time where everybody dies. But
This is the
honestly, so
penultimate fucking battle kind of thing. So it's like we've been waiting on
mhm,
this since the first, like literally the first scene of the first episode. The White Walkers are kind of teased. So it
yeah.
was like here finally, and I'm like, when he just fucking stood there and raised all their asses up again, I just said, well, fuck it, why are we fighting? Get the
John
fuck
was
off.
like,
He
he
said,
was like, again, again.
and it's like the
Also,
more of
I
y'all
just
die, the more of them get added to the army. So it's just no way to win.
it's just
Like,
no way to win, and they knew it. And like that smirk on his face was like, a little girl isn't gonna kill me. And she let that knife
yeah.
drop, and his little blue ass eyes was like,
Too slow for that motherfucker.
oh,
She said, shake. Shake. I mean, that was a shake too. That was like on prison shake. She
it was a
said,
shield. It was like,
straight
but I
up,
just
like,
remember like me and my friends, we used to watch it. We used to go over one of my other friends' house like every Sunday to watch the show. And then I remember the episode before, like the scenes from the next situation
yeah.
and like how it was so quiet. They were like turning out
But it was just
candles,
still,
and
yeah.
then you could just see the like. And I just remember us being so hyped. We were just like, okay, we're going to cook before. Like we made it into an event.
An event. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure you don't like. I wish I was watching it actively as it was out.
Yes.
Because I
And
can
I'm
only
so
imagine
surprised
the
by this. I am so
yeah.
surprised that you did not watch it as it came out. Like,
Nope.
oh God.
Like
It was just so
which
good.
is wild.
Like
Yeah.
literally, I just remember like when it first started, it's super, super dark at the beginning.
Yes.
We're in there like, okay, everybody turn off the lights. So we're turning off lights, but we're still sitting there like,
Like
what is happening?
it's a little
I just
dark.
remember feeling like the Dothraki, like when the Dothraki was just like running. And
And
then
it's
like
just
when Jonah had made eye contact with them and was like, I was
it was
like,
literally like she burned all their swords and they rode into the battle and slowly but surely all the sword lights
all
went
of
out. And I was like,
them.
oh
But do you
shit.
listen? We could talk about this for like the next 45 minutes, to be very honest. But can
Okay.
you imagine like being on the front lines, getting hyped as fuck? Somebody light your sword on fire, you like, yeah,
Hell yeah,
let's
we about
kill
to
these
run this
motherfuckers.
fucking this shit up. Yeah.
And then you just see a wall. You see them hit a wall of dead, and then it was like,
Literally just get by
like
fire. Like that
and
shit
then, oh my god,
it
that
was
just
crazy. Yeah, that
she couldn't.
episode.
And when she couldn't start that fire around the
I was
building,
like,
she
please,
like
bitch,
I was
please,
getting freaked out because I'm
now.
like, they like chopping their teeth at her. I would have been, I couldn't concentrate either.
Like, and this bitch been burning shit all fucking on the whole show. I'm like, bitch, now your powers want to go out.
She said they're
Now?
dead. I didn't believe y'all, but they are dead.
Oh, this shit is
That
like
episode was just
it's
great.
yeah. And first off, too, real quick, I noticed I was like, you know what? Sam Tarley is the luckiest motherfucker in this entire show because he survived way too many battles than he should have. I just think he's
He
gonna die in a
always
long night.
in the right place in the right time. Wait, let me
Cause
let me
how?
talk about an inconsistency that really bothers me to this day, and it would have
Yeah.
cost them nothing to do this. And then we can get back to Long Night because it
Okay.
does have something to do with it. So, do you remember when the red woman was talking to the eunuch? I forgot his name.
Varys, yeah.
Varys. She's like, "I'm gonna die there, and you are too." And he got like really, really shook about that. But he does not die where she dies.
Okay, so wait. So she says the country. I know exactly what she said. So she says I have to die in a strange country too. So the
Oh,
yeah. Because then if you figure
okay.
Dragonstone isn't too far from King from not King's Landing, but what the fuck?
I
The
don't
water,
know. Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
all that shit, yeah. So that's more so what she was kind of referring to, of like
Oh, she
you
said,
die in this
okay.
country too, yeah.
Okay, because I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Mind you, it's been years since it's ended. And every time I bring it up, like, they lied to me, but they did
They're
not. That's
liars.
so funny.
I mean, but it's crazy because there were like things that they didn't dive into. So like I don't know if you recall, I think it was like season 2. It was like the woman who has like this gold fucking mask or some shit. And she's just talking to Jura like you need to protect Daenerys. People will see fire and
Yeah.
magic, and they'll try to take it out or whatever. And you need to make sure you're there for her. And they just never explored that ever again. Like,
Is that a
who
thing in
was
the
that
book?
bitch?
Right. Like,
If I'm not mistaken, it is in one of the
okay.
books. So it's like it's things that they like touched on, but just never did anything else about. Right, quick, and it was like,
That's so
okay, I guess
interesting.
that's cool.
That's so
um,
interesting.
Yeah, and then the thing too, because it's like we only got based on the story that was being told, we still only got like part of the country. There's still other parts of like the overall map that they didn't go to that they talked about, like Volantis and I think Tyros or some shit like that. So it's a couple places that they never even touched on for real. So it's like, and I didn't realize how many books it is too. Like,
How many are there?
well, it's just because Game of Thrones is one separate series. Like this is one story. I didn't realize. So there's like 6 of those, and then
Oh,
there's like
God.
2. There's like 2 for like the night that was like the major night before, and then I think there's like 3 that are based in different countries. So it's like there's a whole fucking
That's the
like world.
thing.
Yeah.
I
So it's
didn't
like
realize that. I mean, I know that they were saying that, like, Arya was going to go east or something. She was just going to go, like, the other way. So I figured that was probably them trying to open up the world a little
yeah.
bit more.
Which I would love if they gave that a spinoff to like.
I
Yeah,
thought that they
show us
were
the world.
supposed to, but then like the pandemic kind of just threw a wrench in everything. So who knows? It probably was like shelved. But I remember that that was like a thing for a second, like on the internet. They're like, "Oh, is Arya gonna go east?" So
I would have fucking watched a continuation of Arya's.
Yeah, like, I would too.
So okay, what's a moment that pissed you off? It was okay, all right, what the fuck?
There were so many,
right?
We can absolutely say that I feel like Jaime and Cersei should have been met by knife. From
our birds, burn that bitch.
Yeah, something had to. That really pissed me off because I'm just like, bricks were not enough for what
not
you
to fuck at all.
caused. Like bricks were not enough.
Maybe for Jaime, but like for Cersei. Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh no! She needed. I mean,
Mama needed
to be put on the pyre, baby.
Like, we needed Ramsay back to flay her. Like that's what we really needed.
Like she was.
So, but I'll say like in regards to like the storyline, because like when we talk about moments, like we can kind of expect it from the show, but I think in regards to the storyline, I really feel like. Oh my god, I lost my train of thought.
You're good.
What was I about to say? Oh, what I was about to say was I really think in regards to the storyline, making Daenerys evil was like, I have a problem when shows do this, when there is no particular lead up to her descent into madness. We saw it like in the last episode of the season prior to her death, and then she goes batshit after that, and it's just like I don't like when shows do that. Like, please show me.
It was like a last resort.
Yeah, because I mean, sorry.
Oh, you good. You can ring my bell.
So I just felt like her descent into madness was like very, very fast. And I feel like maybe people who read the books kind of saw like a progression, if that's even in the books. I don't know. Because I know he never like really finished the story.
Well, I'm gonna say he didn't even finish the last one, so we didn't even fucking know what she was going to do yet.
And honestly, I don't hate that. I feel like you're making me rich. Okay, do whatever you want to do with this story. Like, my legacy is this show, essentially. So doesn't matter to me, but I just feel like that was like crazy for them to just like turn her into her lineage so quickly. I feel like if we would have just gave her the throne, which is stupid. Why are we fighting over a chair?
All right. Like, okay. So it's funny because I actually feel indifferent slightly about that. Like, I understand. But like I feel like, and it wasn't like a genuine lead up, so I do agree with that. But I do feel like there were like bits and pieces and moments throughout the show of like her having the possibility, but choosing to not go there.
Yeah.
And in the episodes leading up to it, the very next episode, I slightly like it was the long night, then the episode after, and then the bells, and everything that happened in the episode after the long night, it was like. Well, fuck, because they killed Missandei, killed another one of her dragons.
Oh yeah,
and then fucking they were like talk because Jon with the dragon and the Long Night. They were talking about him doing that as if she hadn't been doing the shit for years. It was like, what kind of man? I remember I think Tormund was like, what kind of a madman climbs on a dragon? I'm telling you, a king. Like they were just like, hello, have I not been doing this for like 3 seasons?
She's like,
hi. So it was like I slightly, and it was slightly a really deep change. Granted, because she just went full fucking evil.
Yeah.
But it also, it's like 50% of me gets it.
It's not that I don't.
They put that bitch through a lot in a week.
They did. They did. Like, that's so funny because when I was watching, I was just like, yeah, this is all kind of back to back. Like, I can't remember. There's not a lot of time from the first episode to the last one, right? It's like
it's like a fucking like 2 weeks or some shit, like timeline wise.
It's something very crazy. So I understand that. I just feel like they could have gave us.
But I get it because most people, everybody hated that shit. Like, because she was our like the hero. She was the character that had the capacity to be evil, but chose to not be evil, and so you wanted to follow that and be like, okay, she's gonna be the right one to lead. You know, They started ringing them bells. They like, first off, as she was outside, they like, ring the bell, please ring the bell. They like, girl, bells, please.
And she said,
And Cersei finally was like, all right,
no,
go ahead, ring the bells. She heard him. She said, girl, fuck the bells.
That couldn't be what I just heard. That couldn't be what I just heard.
I know I didn't hear no bells. Oh, okay. It's just like, fuck all this shit.
I was just joking. I'm gonna kill all of you.
Actually, no. JK.
And I feel like her, but also if we were going to turn her into the villain, I feel like it should have happened the season prior. Like, don't give her a villain arc.
Yeah, or give her like a major villain moment or something.
Yeah, like give her something. You've done that for plenty of characters. Like, don't give her an episode and a half of like villainism.
Just turn this crazy.
Like, you just turned her crazy as hell.
So, but then like now, as we're saying, I'm thinking about it too. I guess also the idea is that she's a Targaryen, so it doesn't take much. To even bring that out.
You know, my favorite thing is just like the Targaryens were just like, they were crazy because of inbreeding and like syphilis. Like, it's like a lineage of crazy people because of syphilis.
Crazy. It's like because y'all fucking each other. If y'all just stop, maybe the next generation will be okay.
Stop. No, the next generation. Am I making this up? Was she was pregnant? Was she pregnant?
Well, in the first season, yeah, but then. Some shit.
Oh, I was trying to. I think.
No, you're fine. No.
Never mind.
I feel like she might have been because her and John did fuck at first, but then he was like, "Oh, you my auntie. I can't keep doing this."
She said, "So everybody has to know."
She like, "Shit, this is what we've been doing for centuries, nephew."
That's par for the course, fool.
That is what we do. You didn't know.
She said everything is leading up to this moment. Okay. It was about to happen.
Okay, so have you gotten into House of the Dragon yet?
I have watched it once all the way through. I haven't.
Not going back to.
It is okay. It's wild. I'm happy there's like it's a fresh perspective, and I feel like you see how I don't want to say Game of Thrones jumped the shark, but it did kind of get weird. It was excited to see that with this new perspective, it didn't go. It's not bad, you know. It's not a bad show. I think
that first episode was fucked up. That the abortion scene, I just couldn't. I was like, oh bitch, this is or not abortion scene. Well, yeah. I guess technically miscarriage scene. However, that shit was
that was tough.
I was like, oh bitch, this is crazy.
The baby didn't even live either. When I saw the little pie,
and then the nigga made the joke talking about king for a day. I was like, that's not funny.
You know, I would have killed everybody. I would have. Oh
yeah, all you bitches dying.
Why would
you
say that? Like, I don't care if you are. Wait, didn't his brother say that to him?
Yep, because he was the prince,
you know,
and he was supposed to take succession and shit. He like the king for a day. I was like, bitch,
former brother. Okay, right. No, I just thought like, I really just like the perspective, and I like the actors. Like, I love all of them. So I just love like when you start a new show and then like you watch it. What was it, like 5 to 8 episodes or something? I'm just like, I'm gonna like follow all these people on social media. Like, they are just so cool.
Yeah, I can't remember what the fuck is Rhaenyra. First off, the one who played, I love her, and I feel like the one who played her young, I think she is so pretty. Like, she just has a different like look.
It's a different look. Her teeth look sharp. Her teeth look really sharp. I don't know what it's
like. Yeah, but like not in the back. Like, I get what you mean. It's, I don't know, and it's like something. She just. I was like, bitch, yes. And then the adult version, pretty as fuck too. But they like look. the casting. Oh, that shit was great. I was like, oh, bitch, that is
love it.
That is her. Like, amazing.
My favorite moment from House of the Dragon is the last moment of the season. Like when she's told that her son is dead, what happened, and she has that breakdown and she comes back to the table. Like, yeah, it's about
it's
to be
war.
war. And I said,
That whole moment is insane, though. Like,
yeah, I
and
just
the
loved
guy who
it.
plays the older cousin, I can't think of which. He got one of them
Other one's a
Targaryen
chin.
ass names. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
That
exactly.
crimson
First off,
chin.
it's ironic because it does look weird, but I enjoy his face. As
Mm-hmm.
it's weird. Like I like when he's in the scene, I'm like, okay, yeah, what the fuck is he about to do? Like I want to see him do.
I enjoy their casting because they're
Yeah.
really good at like finding people that look inbred. That's not like a diss or anything like that.
That's
But
very interesting.
they play with like exotic features because this sounds so bad. Oh my god. But like
But no, it's fine.
they pick interesting people based on like the storyline. And I think that's great because if you put like a conventionally attractive person, like not to say that they're all ugly, but I mean like a conventionally attractive person on this show, I'm not inclined to believe most of it based on what I know about
You're
Targaryen.
inbred, sure, yeah, like
I saw that chin.
yeah, right,
Your
yeah,
grandma,
but
your
like
granddaddy was cousins.
when he fucking no, for real, but like when he had his fucking dragon. He's like, it's like the phrase, like, serve me or some shit. Like when they try to have the dragon, listen. And that motherfucker said, bitch, I ain't listening to shit. This little dragon, bitch, just trying to fight me. And when he got up in the clouds, the heavens, he's clear. Clear my ass. That came up.
What do you mean by clear?
I was
like clear of his wings?
Like my whole heart dropped. I was like, fuck. And
I
even like, and I think what made it better, only reason I think what made it deeper was because the cousin himself was like, "Oh shit, this isn't what I was just trying to scare him. Oh fuck, like it made it worse. Like the idea of repercussions and what's about to happen. And so like, I got fire and blood. And
so is that the story of? Is this the story of
House of Dragon? It's the whole Targaryen fucking timeline leading up to Daenerys' dad, and like I went through. So it's from the very first Targaryen's family, their conquest, up until the House of Dragon, and then going into those families, and then up to Daenerys is born.
Wow.
So that way we have Game of Thrones for that. So, but yeah,
right.
And I made it up to where House of the Dragons is, and then I made it to where season 2 is going to be.
No spoilers. I want to get into it, but I'm like, that's a lot to read. So, like, in what chronological order would you read them? In order of when they were released, or is there like an order? That like follows the story wheel. You know what I mean?
So I would so if I, at least from what I know of, this one probably the best one to start because it essentially tells a story of the start of Westeros in general.
Westeros,
like,
okay.
Yeah, where he started to gather the country and stuff. And then there's 2 books about a knight, Dunk, I think his name Dunk. And there's like 2 knights, Dunk and Egg or some shit. They're like the biggest knights during Daenerys' dad's time.
What is this like? What, am I tripping? Never mind. No, I'm thinking of something else. Oh no, I mean like so people talk about like blood and cheese or something.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that shit is gonna be.
Well, I don't want to do like any spoilers or anything, but I feel like people are always talking about like these people or the scenario. I'm not really sure what it is.
Yeah,
and it does really make me want to, read the books. I just feel like I'm just one of those people. I cannot. I'm 32. Well, I'm about to be 32, and I'm a mom. And reading like a 1,000-page book, that is not in my ministry.
It takes a while. It takes
I know you're probably still
time.
Like you can't just like sit down and read that. Like you have to like dedicate a year.
I've been reading this for like a year.
Exactly. Like
a year so far.
So it's just like it's not something that you can just like dive into. Like you have to be dedicated to it. So
Yeah.
I'm really interested in the story. I feel like everything that we've learned so far, like with Game of Thrones, the first season of House of Dragon, like I really enjoy it. And I
It's
wanna
a
I
crazy
wanna
ass
I
world.
wanna nerd out more about this like whole world. But I'm just so scared. I'm scared. I don't even
So
know where to
like,
start.
yeah, I mean, again with that one, it is a lot. But I'll say the no, I don't know, because I had a different one. Like I had to rebuy it because the other one
Mm-hmm.
that I had got lost. However, and it's
Mm-hmm.
like this one is a bit bigger, but they also have illustrations in it.
Oh, I would love that.
So
I'm a picture book
yeah,
girl. I
yeah,
love
and
graphic
so it's
novels,
like,
so that would help.
like shit like that, like
You know, these
Aegon and
are
his
things
two
that you
queens, like
need.
yeah. So
Yeah.
and also actually, I have like a Game of Thrones graphic novel just because it is
I
literally based on the
would
first
love.
season, and this shit is so cool.
So is it like based on like is it just like a cartoon version of the first season or did they add things that were in the book as well?
Literally just a cartoon version of the first season, like
Oh,
comic
okay.
version,
Okay.
slightly
Because I want to
condensed. I
be
think I haven't finished reading
yeah,
it.
I want to be like one of those people that are just like, well, actually in the book it goes this way.
Yeah.
'Cause that's how I am about Harry
The only
Potter.
thing I'm like that with, I didn't read all of the Harry Potter books, so I'm not like that with that, but I'm like that with comic books. With like
Yeah.
my Marvel and stuff, I'm like, wait, because see what actually happened was, and I got the comic book right here. I still got the motherfucker right here. What y'all talking about?
That is so funny.
Man, like,
Oh, Aaliyah wants to
all
say
right, so
hi.
what's up? We talking Game of Thrones? You want to talk too?
He's ridiculous.
um,
My little
it's
person.
adorable. It's so cute. Um, all right, so before we kind of like, or just like to wrap it up, I guess.
Mhm.
Um, what is your favorite episode outside of the Long Night? Like,
Dang.
right,
Okay.
I'm gonna say 'cause we both kind of mentioned that as like the one that we probably watched the most. So like outside of the Long Night,
Outside of the
what's the one you
long
could do
night.
this?
Oh my God, there's so many.
Right.
I
I,
think. Oh my goodness. You
right.
know, I'm going to say the other really good one. This was actually
Oh
the
yeah.
first episode I had ever seen because I didn't start on
Ooh.
I didn't start when it first came out or anything like that.
Yeah.
The Red Wedding. I'm not sure what the name of that
Yep.
episode was called, but that
Yep.
entire
That exactly
episode,
that. I
yeah,
think.
I
Oh no,
think it's
Raise the
called the
Castamere. That's what it's called. Yep.
yeah,
Raise the
yeah.
Castamere. Yep.
That one was so good, like just from like the beginning of it to literally when they cut Catelyn's throat, like it was
Like,
that was
oh my fucking goodness. Yeah, that was the first.
honestly,
That's crazy. That was the first one I saw too.
yeah.
Specifically, not even the whole episode. I saw that moment.
I saw that moment. Yeah,
And it was a person who was like, okay, just watch this. And then I promise you'll want to see more.
continue.
And she
That's
was
so
right.
funny.
I was
That
like, bitch.
literally, that's literally what happened to me. Like I was like, it was like 2013. It might have been the summer of 2013, and it had just that episode had just came out, like literally like the day
Yep.
prior. And they were just like, watch this, and I'm watching it like on an Jesus. Okay, so I'm watching it like on an
Right.
HD 4K like television in
Right.
2013. So it felt like I was in the room. Okay, and
Right.
then all I know is when they stabbed that lady in her belly, I said, "What are we watching?" Because I was just like,
I mean, because they did it so, and then they just ran up.
she didn't even get a chance to register what was going on. Like,
The
that,
whole, so I love the build up to it.
yeah.
First, I was watching the shit on my phone. I was at work, and we was on a lunch break, and this girl was like, here, and she sent me the video on YouTube. I just watched this. I'm like, all right, I'm sitting at my desk trying to take calls. I'm like, hello, yeah, yes, I can. She just, oh my god, I'm gonna have to call you back. like that shit. So
Oh
it's like the lead up to it, like they go after they bed the couple or whatever, which is a wild ceremony just to look back on bedding.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, excuse me,
Like, yeah, like she just got.
yeah, they locked the doors. It's time to okay, cool. But like, so they close the doors, they lock them. As soon as they lock them, they start playing that sad ass Raise the
Yeah, that
Castamere
song.
song, and Catelyn
Yeah,
like, well, that's weird.
yeah.
Okay,
She knew that. She was
and
like,
she could feel like right then in that moment it clicked. She's like, okay. And then she sat next to homeboy. That's technically with them, the Bolton nigga,
yeah.
and he like I forgot something happens and she decides to pull back his tunic and see his
Yep.
chainmail under it and armor. It was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Rob, get up! Like, and just from
Lord.
there, just insanity. Like,
Chaos ensues. And
and
it's just
she's
like
like,
she
the
did try to
acting was so
warn
good.
him. She tried to
Yeah,
warn him like he's not gonna take that lightly. Like this is,
yeah,
this alliance is held on purely by a thread, and you're essentially
yeah.
cutting that thread. And he's
And he
like,
said, "Fuck
no,
what you want."
love wins, mom. He'll understand. Like that's pretty much how okay, Elliot,
That's
like you cannot, your
that's
whole
it.
bottom is in the
But
camera.
but that's exactly it. He was on some like, I am in love, and he was all dangerously in love and shit. And it's like, nigga,
Right. Like,
because the
sir, they
crazy thing is
will
you're the king.
kill you.
Crazy thing is you're the king. You could have had her on the side and
Mm-hmm.
still just married them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just to save face and go do your shit. You couldn't even do
He
that.
said no.
You're
He
like,
said
no,
no.
no, I
She
need
has to
this.
be my wife, and not this 9-year-old that he's trying to marry me to.
Which I totally understand. But like, and it
Like,
was just
listen.
like, and I think the mom acting, the one who plays Catelyn, in
Mm-hmm.
this moment, I think she did her
Beautiful.
best acting.
She did. She really
Oh, the
did.
scream, like,
It
Rob!
was,
Like, it was like,
and the last one
every,
she let out.
every line was just guttural. Every line, like,
Yes.
it all just pure from the
You are
soul.
gonna make me
Like,
rewatch
because I have to, because she was, and it was like, what trips me out is the part where she's like, Rob, get up and walk out of here. He said, and why would I let him do that? What?
Oh my
Excuse me?
god!
This is a
And then when
murder.
she
This is a
right, like, ma'am, this is a
ma'am.
genocide. Like we're killing all of your people. Okay,
No one's surviving. Okay.
like you was never leaving. Like,
That shit. Yeah.
but I did hear like from the books that she wasn't technically supposed to like be killed off of the show. Like she was supposed to come back as
So
like
okay.
a woman who couldn't talk.
So she does die, but she gets brought back by the guy who not the guy with the flaming sword, but that's the guy who's with him that brings people
Oh, the
back.
one who was always rising him.
They find her body because they dumped her body in the the little ocean or whatever, and her body washes up with the brothers, the Brotherhood of Banners or Brotherhood without banners, something like that, and they bring her back to life, but she can't talk because her throat is slit, and she's like just evil as fuck, like not like evil, but like she just is completely different, and her in the book she's called like Lady Stonewall or some shit like that, and she just plots on killing anybody that has something to do with the Red Wedding. And yeah, so it was like she got brought back, which would have been cool to see.
Yeah, it would have been cool to see, but it probably would have.
Yeah.
It kind of just would have been like semantics at that point. Like it probably
Yeah.
would have been kind of hard to move the story on while also dealing
Especially
with that
since at that
storyline.
time Arya was with the Brotherhood of Banners. So it was like, how are they? Because they don't. In the books, she was actually with somebody else. So it was like they had already meshed that, and
Makes
they weren't
sense.
supposed to see each other again. Like their whole family. That's another thing that happens in the book too, for real. For the most part, at least, is that they are split up for like the majority of the shit, and not even knowing each other is alive until like towards the end.
But I mean, that's kind of what happened in the show too. Like Arya and
Yeah.
Sansa didn't see each other for at that point. It had been so long. Yeah, that's crazy. So good.
Actually, because as we said that, so this is the last one for real. Okay, for real.
Okay.
Favorite family or like favorite house?
Favorite house. I think it's really just easy to say House of Stark. Like that might be like my favorite family. I feel like I really only like the Targaryens at this point because they got a spinoff, so I don't think that's fair.
Right? I love the Tyrells. I mean, granted, it's only really Olenna and Marjorie.
Yeah, they carried it. They carried it.
Like Marjorie, I just gotta say it again. She just fucking deserved better. Like she was, because she was such a smart character. Like it was rare that she came across. Like I think a lot of the characters didn't necessarily make purposely dumb decisions, but a lot of times they did get themselves in shit. Marjorie didn't get herself in shit.
No,
like,
she didn't.
they made some shit happen to her, but for the most part, she was smart. She knew when to like
Yeah.
what to say to who and how to, and she just knew how to maneuver. And it was like, honestly, if she was allowed free reign, she probably could have become the full. I mean, she was technically, but she would have ran the fuck out of Westeros.
She absolutely would have, and she would have done it in like a way smarter way. And I just feel like Cersei was just like, Queen Mother does not fit me. I want to be queen.
Bitch,
like,
I am the queen. It's like, girl, you're like 45. Just let it happen.
Like
she refused.
In real life, Cersei, okay, not in real life, but like I feel like this is one of the situations where everybody in the book is like 12, So I feel like Cersei probably like 33, like
right, real life. Well, I guess you mean. Yeah. She probably was like, it's low key. She probably was like 27, and they're like, you're an old maiden now.
Damn. This is back in the day before penicillin and lots of dysentery. Like, you only really
it was first time they were shocked that the bitch made it that far any fucking way.
Exactly. Like no illness? Okay. Oh my goodness.
Okay. Damn. Okay. Maybe, okay. Because I had another one real quick.
Go ahead.
As we're talking, okay. Favorite death, like a death that happened. He was like, "Bitch, yes, get his ass out of here." I know several.
So okay. My favorite death is like a character that we all like. When Oberyn died.
Well, I just watched that. This week.
But it was just like and shout out to what's his name? Pedro Pascal. Because I'm like, you did that, but you shouldn't just shut up and just drove the snake to his heart.
Just shut the fuck up and quick.
Exactly.
Say her name.
And he did. He was just like, I
killed her and raped her kids, bitch.
Right. No eyes for you. So that one was really good.
Oh my God.
And I just love the disappointment on Tyrion's face when that happened because he was just like
that and the way homegirl screams.
Oh yeah, she screamed.
Like her head shaking, everything. I was like, bitch, you better act.
My brother.
Like
so many.
And so I'll say, a lot of deserved ones. The one I was gonna come to was Littlefinger. God damn, finally they got his ass the fuck out of here. When he thought he was playing Sansa and Arya and they was playing him.
He was like, me? You talking about me? I didn't do that. What are you talking about?
He was standing off to the side smiling like you are charged with treason, Lord Baelish. That nigga said, who?
Me? Long time coming. And it's just like, that's really a symptom of a man having a crush on somebody for like 40 years. Like, you lost, bro. Like
when that nigga pushed the sister, he's like, I've only loved one woman my entire life. She started smiling. He's like, your sister. Oh, fuck.
That being the last thing I ever heard, I would be, if I was a ghost, I would haunt him.
I'm coming back on your ass.
My ghost would haunt his ghost. Like you can haunt it.
Nigga, you dealing with me for the rest of forever.
It's a long way. And it's a long way down too. So she had time to think about it before she hit the ground. She like,
like, bitch, this nigga, all this bullshit I done did for the moment. Like, yeah, that is. That's great. Okay,
that's a good one.
I'm picturing the moment too. Like, I just love that. He really thought he was playing them, and it reveals for me how it was one of my first moments of realizing how smart they were.
Yeah,
our hands, so like, they had their little moment, but then they stopped and was like, "Bitch, why are we fighting each other? What are we questioning about each other? Who
like, I haven't seen you in years at this point. Like,
that shit."
Good time. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna rewatch it now. Like, I'm really excited to rewatch it now. It's so crazy because it'll be like my 5th rewatch, and it's crazy because like every time I rewatch it, Jesus, it's only been like 4 years.
Because some days I'll be at work and I just like let it play, and that's 8 hours. That's it. That's a season right there, basically.
Right. You're right. Oh man, it's just such a good time. I really do enjoy that series, and I'm excited for season 2 of House of Dragon. And I might buy the first book. We'll see.
The very first episode is titled Blood and Cheese, and having read that, I'm like, oh bitch, they're starting. Season 2 is starting with some shit.
They have big shoes to fill. I feel like season 1 was definitely like. Not like a buffer season, but it was setting up for like
it was giving
the main
us
story. We needed a lot of context.
So I think overall, the idea is probably going to be like 4 seasons because it's not too broad, like that broad of a story, but like it's enough. So I think they're going to be like 4 seasons if I'm not mistaken. I read that, but
it fits into that fits into the trajectory of like most HBO shows, anyways. Like HBO is notorious for like giving you like a season and a half or something before they're like, let's end it.
All right,
so that makes sense.
So, which is also surprising, but it makes sense. Of course, they weren't getting rid of a cash cow, but like the fact that Game of Thrones lasted, but it was like the ratings just kept going up every season. It was like, oh shit, all right.
It was no reason to end it, rather.
Shit. But yeah, no, this was fucking great. I love a good time to nerd the fuck out. I'm sorry, blerd out.
Blerd out, period.
But yeah, no, whenever I have another topic, obviously, I'm definitely gonna let you know.
Awesome.
I'm thinking we can blerd out on Harry Potter next.
Yeah, but you gotta read the books though, because if you don't read the books, then you're literally gonna
There's things I'm missing.
It's gonna be an hour and a half of me like talking, and you sitting there like, yeah, okay. And I need an hour per book.
Fine. I love it.
I think that should be our thing, low key. Let's read the books. Let's read the books together, and then we can do an episode per book. What you think?
I'm down. I'm like that's fucking great because you giving me content. Let's go.
Exactly. Yay.
Yeah, that's like fucking 7 episodes. Yep. Let's do it.
Absolutely.
So there, because I can start, because I've just like started getting into like reading on like my iPad and stuff like that. Like I love a good book. I'm still so old school that way. But I'm it's easier sometimes to just
I bought myself a Kindle Exactly.
Yeah.
I bought myself a Kindle like a couple months ago, and now it's so hard for me to read a physical book. Like it's crazy. Like, I don't know if you see my bookshelf. Like I'm trying to read through my bookshelf, and I just completely abandoned that project because I'm like, oh, the book's right here.
They could just throw right because like why not?
Exactly. And also, make sure that you have a library card. I get all of my audiobooks and my ebooks from the library. So
I've been thinking about that actually. Because the guy, I don't know if you saw the guy from like TikTok who like it was like a whole thing of him,
Michael.
Like, some people, I love him. He's so cool.
Me too.
He's sweet. He's sweet.
That should be your.
Fuck that angry bitch who was talking shit.
Just like dark energy, like nigga, we all got dark energy. Like,
also just read a fucking book. The nigga just telling you to read a book and get a fucking library card.
To go out there and sell your body,
and murder people.
He is telling you to take. He's telling you to take a check stub to the library to get a library card. Like he is like telling you.
Like
to go out and murder people.
Like, bitch, what is happening?
What dark energy?
But I guess education sounds dangerous to some people.
Oh, but they don't want to hear that though. We are on a podcast, so that's a podcast.
Okay, I want to hear that. Talk about that though, right? No, okay, for real. Okay. Because I do want to do the Harry Potter one. That'll be fun.
Okay.
So I'm gonna start tomorrow because I'm doing a bunch of shit today. I'm gonna start reading that shit tomorrow.
Yay! Okay, well let me know. We can have a little book club. You wanna have a book club?
Yes.
Yes, let's set it up.
I don't fucking do that.
Let's set it up. We can have like little weekly check-ins.
Hey, I still need to I'll probably do that next week. I still got to get Out There Screaming. The Jordan Peele one.
It was amazing. It was some nights because I would read it, like I'm a reader at night. It was some nights I literally could not go to sleep because I was so scared. And they're short stories, so like sometimes you don't really know how it ends. Like you just like you get like a slice of the story and then it just like goes on. So I'm like, what if they wrote a whole book about this? So, I mean, like the end stories kind of fell flat. I feel like they didn't do. In my opinion, and real quick, I know we're getting off subject, but in my opinion, the stories were not placed equally. I feel like they could have put some of the weaker stories first and then like ended with like some of the really good stories. But in my opinion, the first 2 stories were amazing. And then like it's like a little fillers in there, and then it gets amazing. Then a little, they didn't space it correctly.
I think it's like 15 stories or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's like 16 or something. 12 between 12 and 16 or something like that.
I think that's too much for an anthology anyway.
Yeah, it was a lot going on.
Part of it. Yeah. So I didn't say like so we can add that and figure it out later on. But Harry Potter, we on this. Let's get started. Because I've been wanting to read the books anyway. So I have to read them.
Yes, I'm so excited.
Let's get this right. Let's know. Something. I already know that. Like I like sell, fucking with some shit probably have the kids on the tail. Whatever. Oh, oops, I did it. Get it.
There you go.
Yes.
Well, my name is India. You can find me everywhere. India, Instagram, not Facebook. Please don't do that.
Right.
I've had a good time. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. I said, you are my favorite player, besides myself. So this is definitely the show that I had to have you come on.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, definitely still. I'm still gonna have you on Love Journal. I don't know if you want to do Man of Horror too. We can definitely do that. Like, just come and talk to me.
Yes. Hey.
But no, I appreciate it, Fave.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Like I said, so I'll probably when I start reading tomorrow, however the case is, I'll let you know. And then we'll try to link it on up. I'm excited.
Yes.
Have a good one. Let everybody know I said hello.
I will.
And I love you. I will talk to
you.
Love
you too. Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
Bye.